Hey, good morning. It's Tuesday morning. Hope you're having a great start to your week this week. I know that I'm enjoying the great feedback I've heard. It's funny. I think I've heard more feedback about going through the Cokesbury hymnal than probably anything I've done since I've been doing these videos since COVID started. Honestly, so I've been doing these for months, and I think I've heard more positive feedback about us walking together through the Cokesbury than anything I've done thus far. So that's funny to me. I know a lot of you love this old Cokesbury hymnal, and I do. This one is old and worn out. It's been through a lot of moves, but it's a good friend. I do love the Cokesbury. I do love the hymns of the church. John Wesley encouraged all the Methodists to keep a hymnal with them because he always believed how our hymns taught us what we believe, probably as well as anything else out there. And I think there's some real truth to that. Today we're going to be looking at one that I love a lot. I love so many hymns of this hymnal, but I want to read to you. I want to talk today about it's hymn number 100 in the Cokesbury. It's entitled "Let the Lower Lights Be Burning." I want you to hear these words. And it's interesting, as I was reading this, I was thinking about one thing that's so neat about the Cokesbury, especially, is how the hymns tell a story. Like they do such a good job of painting a picture and telling a story that I don't think many modern's not the right word. Many more formal hymns do this. The Cokesbury is very informal. It's a very informal hymnal, and it does such a good job. I think, like I said, just painting a story, telling a story of sin and of redemption. And you can tell it's a very revivalistic hymnal. A lot of the songs you're talked to being saved, experiencing Jesus, feeling His grace, having Him pull you out of sin. And I've noticed a lot of the hymns have almost like a sailor narrative to them. There's a lot of hymns about being pulled out of the waves, being pulled out of the dark clutches of sin. And today is one like that. Let the lower lights be burning. Kind of has that same type of message to it. Listen to the words. You'll see what I'm talking about. Where it says here, "Brightly beams our Father's mercy from His lighthouse evermore. But to us He gives the keeping of the lights along the shore. Let the lower lights be burning, send a gleam across the wave. Some poor fainting, struggling seaman you may rescue, you may save. Dark the night of sin has settled, loud the angry billows roar. Eager eyes are watching, longing for the lights along the shore. Let the lower lights be burning, send a gleam across the wave. Some poor fainting, struggling seaman you may rescue, you may save. Trim your feeble lamp, my brother. Some poor seaman has been tempest-tossed, trying to make the harbor, and the darkness may be lost. Let the lower lights be burning, send a gleam across the wave. Some poor fainting, struggling seaman you may rescue, you may save." To me, my favorite line of this hymn is the first one. Brightly beams our Father's mercy from His lighthouse evermore. But to us He gives the keeping of the lights along the shore. Isn't that just a neat way to phrase it? I love the way that is phrased. Brightly beams our Father's mercy. God's mercy is the great hope and the great salvation. And His mercy beams out from His lighthouse for all to see and for all to experience. But to us He gives the keeping of the lights along the shore. So yes, it is God's mercy that is the great hope of every struggling sailor out there, of all those who are alone or lost at sea and who are lost. And it's interesting how water's interesting, because in so many hymns, water is synonymous with being washed clean, or being rescued. But so many hymns have this notion of water or the ocean or the sea being synonymous with sin. I was thinking far from sin, far from the peaceful shore. Love lifted me. I almost feel a love lifted me quality to this hymn. But it has this beautiful image of God's light and the lighthouse of God's mercy out there. But it says, to us He gives the keeping of the lights along the shore. I think that's such a neat idea, that it's God's mercy that rescues the sailor. It's God's mercy that rescues the sick and the weak and the afraid. It's God's mercy that is the source of salvation. It's not anything that you or I do. I mean, we don't save a soul. I've never, as a pastor, I hope that I have been helpful to people in their journey. I hope that I have been an asset and a helping force and have in some way helped people know Jesus, but I've never saved a soul. There's nothing I can do to save anybody. The world has a savior, and it's not me. I know that for a fact. His light beamed from his lighthouse, but to us, he gives the keeping of the lights along the shore. In other words, it's God's mercy that saves. But people will know God's mercy through me and you. Through our life and through our love and through our service and through our witness and through all that we do, that's the way people will know God's mercy. So God's light shines, but he's given to us the keeping of the lighthouse. And if people are going to know God's mercy, they're going to know it through me and you. If they're going to know his mercy, they're going to know it through our actions and through our life and through what we do. We are the ones who keep the light shining. God's light is the one that saves, but we keep the lights. And dark the night of sin is settled. Loud the angry billows roar, and eager waves are watching, waiting for the lights along the shore. Eager eyes are waiting, longing. There's so many folks out there that I think there's that powerful image of I can almost see the water and the wind and the waves swirling and how the undertow pulling you in. That's what sin does. Sin pulls and it scares and it drowns and it overwhelms and you feel lost and you feel as though you're sinking in and you feel as though you're reaching up for help. You feel as though you can't find your way. There's that powerful image of the light on the shore there leading us home. The light leading us home. So trim your feeble lamp. My brother, your lamp may be feeble. Some person's out there, tempest tossed, trying now to make the harbor, and the darkness may be lost. There's somebody out there just looking for hope. There's someone out there just looking for life and mercy and forgiveness and grace. And they may be at their wits' end. But the way that you and I respond with grace, the way that you and I respond with mercy, the way that you and I respond with God's great grace can be the light that sailor out there who is overwhelmed by sin, who is heavy laden, who is drowning, who is far from the shore. Our light, and really it's not even our light, is it? It's Christ's light that we just shine. It's not our light. We're not shining our light. We're not shining our goodness. We're not shining our mercy. We're not shining our stuff. There's any light that I shine, it's not me, it's Christ. There's any light that I shine, it's Jesus in me. It's not me. I'm not the light. Jesus Christ is the light. So there's so many all around us. And I think that's what I love about the Cokesbury. The Cokesbury calls us to be attentive to others. Yesterday we talked about that great song, Others. The Cokesbury calls us to look for others. To look for those folks out there overwhelmed by sin, overwhelmed by temptation, overwhelmed by life, and be the light of Christ to them. In our life, there may be somebody out there who's looking for hope, looking for forgiveness, looking for mercy. And my hope for me, my hope for you, is that we can live in such a way where they can see the light of Christ shining through us and through our actions and through all that we are. So let the lower lights be burning, y'all. Shine the light of Christ across all of your world, through your social media, through your actions, through your words, through all that you do. Let the lower lights be burning. Shine the light of Christ for all to see and all to know today and each day. So that's hymn number 100 out of this old Cokesbury hymnal. Let the lower lights be burning. I hope you've enjoyed this hymn, and I look forward to sharing another one of my favorite hymns from the Cokesbury with you tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Let your light shine. Let Christ's light shine through you for all the world to see. Have a great day. Love you.